I really don't get the picture of these things until I watch the thing.
So what would you have done if nothing came to mind? Okay, I've got to have something in 15 minutes. Or even in an hour or 2 days.
Try to find a good lie.
Wow.
To be honest, I've always come up with something.
Yeah.
So do you do something like to stimulate your imagination? You start dinking around on the piano or something?
Yeah. I'll wait for it.
Just dink around?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, hold on.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah, here we go. That's it.
Oh, okay.
So it happens like that.
So what crystallizes the end result for you? What is
How
it
it
that brings
changes
the
it.
Okay,
essence?
sometimes when it's to do with the story, it's like if I can find myself anywhere there, that's one.
Yeah, so like, what do you mean by that?
I have a story of my own. Think of it this way. I came here at
Right.
21. I was a father at 22. I got 4 kids, and I got my second grandchild coming.
Oh.
I have my own story, third marriage. I mean, like, don't think that everything has been so unreal. Everyone's had their ups and downs in their lives. I have as well. So,
is it something that resonates with you?
well, if I can find a connection there,
Mm-hmm.
that's the first thing I look for.
Right.
A connection. If there's no connection there, then I look into the story and try to find something that fascinates me.
You hear music in your head?
Yeah.
Look, when I get, like, for example, this is something I can watch, basically. So I don't really like listening or reading too
Right.
much. Well, listening, yes, to the director, yes, but not like really. I don't even like listening to the scenario because, I mean, I get lost. But when I watch it, I try to find pieces that fascinate me and give me question marks. I wait for one main theme. Didn't really get the picture in one
And
in
then
one
you
piece.
bring it.
If I can really melt it down to one piece. This is one of my methods. I do these long pieces of music.
And then you can grab from
Then I
them?
sort of start taking
Nice.
things out of it and sort of. Then I go, oh yeah, this is this and this. Is
Yeah.
that.
When you start to get a mood, do you hear a melody?
I know what you're trying to say. Like orchestration-wise, you hear the whole thing.
Yeah.
I've been professionally in the music industry for about 30 years,
Yeah.
so I hear the whole thing. I hear it completely. Like,
First you catch the theme, and then you...
to be honest, it's more a feeling.
Yeah.
Like what I'm sensing, or paita. These are like what we call parts of history, right? So what I do before I start on something like that is I sort of sit down and do my homework, basically as what was life back then. What did they read? What did they eat? What was what was the main thing on people's minds? Was it like poverty? Was it money? Was it war? What was the main thing
That's
that
the
triggered
tone
things
kind of
up? So
Yeah.
that's why when you listen to like my stuff, you'll hear something like, for example,
Yes.
this was to do with the national anthem. So what I did was I sort of, listened to the national anthem a bit and sort of put together something that would be more historically felt than anything else. So this is where, like, the first time we hear the national anthem spoken as a poem, you sort of got to think about what these people were what were on their minds back then. It was like a country was trying to be put back together. So you sort of got to have that heroic feeling, yes, but also this, this honourable feeling as well. I don't know, it's pretty hard for me to express this one. For example, this one. This one is about Abdülhamit, which was an Ottoman emperor, and he was a Khan. And a Khan is one of these guys that sort of like Caesar. I mean, like he owns like that part of the world. But the end of his story was pretty bad. How can you make a hero of a guy that you know what his end is?
So is that why it's in like a minor key?
Yeah, it's in a minor key. And it's also not a very heroic theme. It's more...
Little subdued?
Yeah, it's sort of got that,
Yeah, like, too bad for you, buddy.
Yeah. And but it's honourable. The guy, because he got dethroned really bad. So, it's like you got to sort of get into the mood and to understand the time and the people and what they were really trying to do. So, and find a way to express it internationally.
Your music transcends a geographical region.
I do not put these things together just for the local people around here. Now I know more that I got a lot of people all over the globe expecting something good. So it's not something for me that I just sit down and do and keep everyone around here happy with. I did work on stuff like the Gallipoli stuff. It was a mini-series. Ibrahim was on that one too. I had to sort of express both sides. But I'm from Australia, I'm lucky. I mean, I really know the story on the Australian side.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I was brought up on that. I mean, it was a big bloody war. like when I do stuff like that, I sort of have to picture it both sides. Come up with something that everyone will be happy with.
Right.
How much more time do you have? We don't
Well,
want to
as I said, I work till like 6 in the morning.
Oh my God.
The night and the silence really works.